I'm Chantel and Bruce.
Oh, hey, I'm Chris Yosef. Ooh, cupcakes!
I'm Karen and Tricken.
Hi, I'm Michael Cooper.
I'm Sienna Janasari.
The image of the superhero Spider-Man came to mind for Team Lululemon. Spider-Man is agile and flexible and clothed in spandex from head to toe. He seemed like the perfect superhero to represent Lululemon from our first impression. Little did we know the similarities in Lulu and Spidey are much deeper than just skin suit deep. Our tagline, "With great spandex comes great power," seemed entertaining. Now it rings true after spending the time it has taken to learn Lulu from the inside out. The story of Spidey parallels the story of Lulu's two most prominent, fearless, and failed leaders. First, there is founder and original CEO Chip Wilson. He created the brand from the ground up. He's also credited for creating the athleisure market. After bringing the company to tremendous success, Lulu was faced with a glitch in its signature product, yoga pants. Wilson's handling of the situation led to a major problem, eventually leading him to step down from his role in 2012. Laurent Potvin joined the company in 2014. He is credited with making the company a Wall Street darling. However, this February, as we saw, he had to hang up his Spidey suit after a history of behavior that had not been in line with the company's standards. Stay tuned for more on the critical leadership fit needed for the company to fulfill its mission. Can we find the Spidey we need to truly align the company with its values and culture? And watch out for Amazon, our villain or our partner.
Hey, Coop.
Hey, Chantel.
So now that you're all the way out of your Spidey suit, let's talk Lululemon. Now, as you may know, they are no ordinary retailer. Lululemon is a Vancouver-based athleisure company that focuses on delivering high-quality technical athletic apparel for all the yogis, runners, and all other athletes of sweaty pursuits. It was started out in 1998 as a design studio by day and then yoga center at night, later transitioned to a standalone store in 2000. Some 18 years later, Lululemon now has around 406 stores across 12 countries and growing. The mission of the company is to empower people to produce products which creates transformational experiences for people to live happy, healthy, and fun lives. They build on their approach of customer intimacy by offering free yoga, cycling, running, and other training classes weekly at many of their store locations. Lululemon sets itself apart from other retailers in the market by uniquely creating each of their stores to provide an addictive experience. The brand has what many people consider to be a cult following.
That's right, Chantel. This is because these methods are very appealing to customers because each experience gives customers an opportunity to co-create their own unique experience with the brand. Customers also feel compelled to frequent the shopper because it stocks very few of the items and updates selections often, meaning shoppers never know what they'll find. This causes the store to have a run on its supplies, and people impulsively buy things out of fear that they'll run out. This helps Lululemon sell most of its clothing at full price. Chantel, did you know that Lululemon develops its products by using various technologies and fabrics in order to enhance its product line and to address a more dynamic consumer?
That's right. So what Lululemon does that we learned is that the company uses both waterproof technology in addition to silverescent, which is a use for odor protection, right? And as well as a natural blend of fabrics.
Lululemon also promotes a set of core values in its business model that includes nurturing the entrepreneurial spirit, valuing connection, and choosing to have fun. These core values attract passionate and motivated employees. As a result, Lululemon employs roughly 12,500 employees. Approximately 7,500 are from the United States, 3,500 from Canada, and about 1,500 from outside of North America.
Now, Lululemon does terrific work galvanizing its customer base. Did you hear that, Tony? We said galvanizing. In fact, Lululemon's running club will meet on March 25th in Schaumburg for a jog through Rusty Woods.
I'll meet you there in my Lululemon's finest.
I'm sure you will.
Now there are some fun facts regarding Lululemon. Lululemon's name was chosen in a survey of 100 people. The company's distinctive logo is a stylized A, a leftover from one of the reject names. Some people think it looks like a woman's flip-flop.
Interesting.
Also, Lululemon's corporate manifesto is printed on its bag.
Well, now that we've learned all those fun facts, let's get started by having Kat and Karen tell us all about Lululemon's value proposition.
Great.
Lululemon is a premium technical athletic apparel company that blends style with performance. As a product leader, Lululemon aims to set the bar in technical fabrics and functional designs to deliver high-quality, innovative yoga, running, and training apparel. But as stated in a recent earnings call, Lululemon is also committed to a customer-intimate strategy of creating transformational experiences for our guests going beyond product. The Lulu brand is eponymous with a happy, healthy, fun lifestyle that galvanizes both its employee and customer communities. Further, Lululemon has recently made investments in its supply chain system with the goal of improving operational efficiency. For these reasons, we describe Lululemon's value proposition as a double major in product leadership and customer intimacy with a minor in operational excellence. As a product leader, Lululemon pursues its goal of style, function, and technical superiority by regularly introducing new products with innovative designs and technically advanced fabrics, such as the recent Everlux launch. Lululemon has also invested in Lululemon Labs, an experimental design concept space that features a team of in-house designers and sampling rooms. Because of this commitment to superiority, Lululemon is able to place higher prices on its products than other market competitors. Karen, would you like to talk a little bit more about Lululemon's value proposition?
Thanks, Kat. Customer intimate companies create a strong culture of brand emotion and form long, loyal relationships with their customers. Lulu loyalists align their lives with the company's values, and this is expressed through its manifesto, possibly Lulu's best marketing idea. The Lululemon Manifesto is the cornerstone of the company and the early way that it created culture with its customers, employees, and the community. It's an evolving collection of bold thoughts melded into a collage of inspirational messages. All stakeholders contributed to this effort in a grassroots method. Company employees live by the manifesto, and it lives in the community through its reusable bags, one of the company's best marketing ideas. One of the educators that we spoke with at the Rush Street store, an IMT student herself, spoke with us about the bags that were created early on by the company, and now everyone uses them to carry their lunch. Everything here is IMC, she said. There is no marketing budget. It's all word of mouth. Because of its intimate approach, Lululemon spends nothing on advertising through traditional channels such as print or television advertising. Because of this, there is a lot of savings in the area of SG&A, which shows up on the income statement. Lululemon has had to tighten its processes to compete in the increasingly crowded athleisure market. Next up are Kat and Sienna to talk about leadership.
As mentioned earlier, Lululemon lost its CEO of 4 years, Laurent Poitevin, in February 2018. The news broke on Monday, February 5th, with Poitevin resigning due to falling short of standards of conduct. In Poitevin's 4 years at the company, Lululemon saw revenues nearly double. Before he joined as CEO, the company's stock price was around $59 per share. Prior to his departure in early February, Lululemon stock was trading close to $80 per share. Poe Devon came to Lululemon with 25 years in the retail industry and a deep understanding of premium brands, athletic apparel, technical products, innovations, and best-in-class customer experience. He was previously president of TOMS with prior experience at LVMH and Burton Snowboards. This experience translated well to Lululemon as Poe Devon further differentiated Lulu as a product leader in technical athletic apparel and as a customer-intimate yoga community. During his time, Poe Devon also focused on improving Lululemon's operational excellence by maintaining leaner inventory and cutting out parts of the business that didn't foster as much growth, such as the Aviva Girls line. In turn, his initiatives focused on growing the men's line, expanding abroad, and expanding the e-commerce business. Some have said that Poe Devon's departure is a blessing in disguise. When he joined Lululemon in a time of crisis, there weren't many CEOs fighting for the job. Now, Lululemon has further solidified its brand position, scaled its operations, and significantly grown its global footprint. Based on the company's recent performance, it should be able to attract even more experienced, high-demand prospects. Additionally, after the circumstances of Poe Devon's departure, there have been a few articles citing a toxic boys' club culture, particularly in the design department at Lululemon's headquarters. This should be one of the main priorities for the new CEO to address, in addition to the company's strategic priorities. Now I'll turn it over to Kat to talk about the current leadership team and the board of directors.
With a now empty chair at the helm, Lululemon has promoted 3 members of its management team: Celeste Burgoyne, Stuart Hazelden, and Sun Cho. They will take over day-to-day management, reporting to Executive Chairman of the Board, Glenn Murphy, as the board searches for its next CEO. The trio possesses extensive retail experience, including tenures at J. Crew, Saks, Abercrombie & Fitch, and Madewell, among other companies. Lululemon's leadership has been in a period of transition since the original founder's departure in 2013, when he was replaced with senior leaders and board members holding backgrounds in premium brands, technical innovation, and international growth. 4 of the current 9 members of the board of directors joined the company within the past 2 years. Most of the board members share similar pedigrees, coming from established retail companies with expertise in strategic planning, business operations, shareholder relations, innovation, and entrepreneurship. The board member with the most unique background is Emily White, an independent director who comes from the tech startup world. Emily joined Lululemon from Snapchat because of her extensive experience with social networking and technology companies, her understanding of the demographics in which Lulu's principal customers reside, and the diversity in background and experience she brings to the board of directors. White's background is well aligned with Lululemon's recent capital investments in their digital and e-commerce platforms. Overall, the board of directors seems well positioned to advance Lululemon's strategic priorities of overseas growth, product innovation, and supply chain infrastructure improvements. Hopefully, Lululemon's next CEO will be able to advance this vision and extend the company's strong performance. I'm now going to turn it over to Chris and Sienna to illustrate Lululemon's financial story.
Lululemon's financial statements paint the picture of a company that is in good financial health and poised for future growth. Starting with the company's balance sheet, let's look at 2 key metrics: current ratio, which shows the health of the company, and retained earnings as percent of total equity, which shows that the company is set up for future growth. Lululemon has a current ratio of 4.82, which has increased compared to the previous year. This shows that the company is operating efficiently while paying off its obligations. Lululemon does not carry much debt and has continued to generate a significant amount of cash each year. Cash accounts for a majority of the company's current assets. Moving on to the owner's equity section of Lululemon's balance sheet. Retained earnings as a percent of total stockholders' equity is 95%, showing that a majority of the company's profits are retained to be reinvested back into the business. Though the retailer engages in stock buybacks, the company has never and does not plan to pay dividends. Chris will talk a bit more about what Lululemon is investing in when he covers the cash flow statement. But before we do that, let's look at Lululemon's income statement, starting with the company's gross margin. Lululemon had a gross margin of 51% in 2016, up from 48% in 2015. This increase was due to significant improvements in the company's product and supply chain infrastructure, which resulted in lower product costs and an improvement in average retail prices. Now I'm going to hand it over to Chris to finish up with the income statement and dive a bit more into what Lululemon does with all the cash that the company is able to generate.
Lululemon separates revenue on its income statement into 3 source categories, one of which is direct-to-consumer. Interestingly, Lululemon's direct-to-consumer net revenue increased 13% in fiscal 2016 from the prior fiscal year, and this increase was primarily a result of increased traffic on their e-commerce website. This shows that Lululemon is improving in one area of their strategic priorities. In their Q3 earnings call, it was made clear that Lululemon's strategy for expanding into overseas markets is to leverage its strong direct-to-consumer channel by using its e-commerce as a platform to penetrate those markets. Moving to Lululemon's cash flow statement. We heard earlier that Lululemon has a significant amount of cash on their balance sheet. In fact, Lululemon's operating cash flow/sales ratio increased to 16.4% in 2016 from 14.5% in 2015, which shows that Lululemon is improving in their ability to turn sales into cash. Lululemon's third largest capital expenditure segment of 2016 was completely devoted to the purchase of their global website redesign and mobile web enhancements, as well as the launch of country and region websites in 2016 and 2014 respectively. Their cash flow management does not only reinforce their position as an effective investment opportunity for stakeholders, but also foreshadows where their investment priorities may lie in the years to come. Now, Karen and I will talk about Lululemon and their competitors. Although they only maintain a small 1% share of the overall global sportswear market, Lululemon and its founder Chip Wilson are credited with creating the athleisure market and are well positioned as a product leader within the category. The athleisure category is one of the fastest growing areas in retail and continues to be a cluttered space for Lululemon to break through. To stay competitive, Lululemon should be mindful of other product leaders in the category, like Nike, Under Armour, and even unexpected brands like MIT, who are focused on fabric innovation and product performance. According to Bloomberg, Amazon has been working with major suppliers who make clothing for Nike, Lululemon, and Under Armour to build a new high-performance sportswear line. At first glance, Amazon's private label may be considered a direct competitor to Lululemon. However, despite the fact that it may be fairly easy for Amazon to create a comparable athletic apparel line and sell it at a lower cost, they and other e-commerce giants will have a difficult time penetrating Lululemon's margins, due to the fact that Lululemon offers an array of premium services at store locations. These authentically designed, addictive experiences will protect the company against emerging e-commerce threats, like Amazon, because they offer a level of customer intimacy that cannot be replicated by simply undercutting the cost of products offered to online shoppers. With a growing commitment to the local communities for which Lululemon conducts business, customers will have a greater sense of connection to the company's ethos, thus making Lululemon's customers more likely to demonstrate brand loyalty and reject competitors. Now I'll pass it along to Karen, who will tell you more about Lululemon's secret sauce.
In spite of encroaching competition in athleisure, as creators of the market, Lululemon is poised to continue to grow as a product leader. We as a team believe that they possess the secret sauce to stay steps ahead in the market. The formula? An inventory scarcity model that is supported digitally through manufacturing processes and the one guest experience, which results in a cool girl cultural capital that only Lululemon possesses. The first ingredient in the sauce is inventory scarcity. By releasing products in limited editions, Lululemon manages the life cycle of products. Customers feel a sense of urgency to snap up the latest releases when they first see them in store, because if they Go again, they are most likely to be gone. Scarcity propels the resale market of Lululemon products online and furthers the appetite for the brand, which is almost a cult-like following. Lululemon manages the inventory cycle, aided by its digitalized radio frequency identification system, a capital investment made over the past 3 years. With this system, the company saw a 98% increase in inventory accuracy. The second ingredient in the sauce is the customer intimacy Lululemon creates through its IMC formula of marketing. Lululemon is creating its mobile platform to align with the addictive experiences that are tailored to customers at the store level. According to a recent earnings call, capital investment in the company's online platform was completed in early 2017. Lululemon has its eye on seamlessly integrating technology in a meaningful way to enhance the customer experience. Lululemon has created a one guest experience team tasked with this responsibility. This investment on Lulu's part is something Amazon and other athleisure brands will need to watch. The final ingredient in Lululemon's secret sauce are its brand ambassadors and the resulting cool girl, cool guy cultural capital the brand possesses. I will now turn it over to Chantel and Coop to tell you about Lululemon moving on to a new chapter.
It was such a pleasure for Team Spidey to immerse ourselves in all things Lululemon. Now that we have a more intimate knowledge about the company, we would like to offer 3 recommendations to the new CEO as they get off the ground with a good start.
That's right, Chantel. As a recap, Lululemon's financial statements painted a picture of a company that is in good financial health and is poised for future growth. Chris and Diana noted that Lululemon does not carry much debt and continues to generate a significant amount of cash each year. And they can use this excess cash to increase more into R&D, building their digital infrastructure, and international expansion.
That's true. Our second recommendation would be to note that Lululemon's success is not attributed to just one person. As our team shared, Lululemon has an extremely talented group of people on its board of directors, and they are galvanized. And this is one of the reasons why the brand grew so fast. So Lululemon's diverse leadership is what actually makes it special. And it would be great for Lululemon to capitalize on this diversity by hiring a woman CEO. Now, Rockstar board member Emily White could be a potential candidate for consideration. Her digital expertise could continue to pave the way for Lululemon's plans to expand their e-commerce as well as their digital infrastructure.
Exactly right. Speaking of e-commerce, Amazon is currently the winner in this area and a major threat to the retailer. Jeff Bezos is quoted as saying, "Your margin is my opportunity." Now, we recommend that Lulu continue to nurture its customer intimacy component as a way to fend off threats such as Amazon. Lululemon has effectively built a loyal brand community that is not easily penetratable by e-commerce markets. While Amazon may be able to release comparable athletic apparel at lower cost, it cannot replicate the experience that resonates with the brand's core followers.
That's so true, Coop. So in conclusion, Lululemon has held true to founder Chip Wilson's vision, and they are well positioned to embark on global expansion as well as fend off potential threats. In closing, Team Spidey, out.